alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's David Hodge. Welcome. This is a continuation of the 7 churches exposed. Today's topic, Satan. Alright, brothers and sisters. Satan. The purpose of the 7 churches book is to reveal Satan, to address Satan, to identify who Satan is. So that's exactly what we're doing, telling you who Satan is, which the scripture tells you exactly who they are, which is in the book of the 7 churches, which can be found in chapters 2 and 3, verse 9, both chapters. It says, I am giving out of the synagogue of the Satan, of the ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying. In the blasphemy, out of the ones saying Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. So here it is, brothers and sisters. Clear evidence that Satan are individual humans, physical people, not spooks and spirits, not some mystery demon, devil, in hell waiting to terrorize and torture you for eternity. No. It says physical people. It says the ones saying Jews to be themselves, right? Who are those people that's claiming to be Jews? It's false Israel, right? Who are those who have synagogues? That's false Israel, right? And it says what? Synagogues of what? Satan. So it's clear on who Satan is, brothers and sisters. That's why it says in the 7 churches, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deeper than Satan, for Satan would disguise himself as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan, who was the God of this world, who has blinded the minds of those who do not understand. For those who do not believe, they are unable to see the glorious good light. They are unable to see the glorious light of the good news. They don't understand this message, which is the teaching of this, the 7 churches. So they can't see it because they're deceived by Satan. And Satan is the one who's in control of television, in control of, excuse me, brothers and sisters, in control of the mainstream media, control of Hollywood, control of what you hear and what you see. He's the one conditioning you, programming you to your destruction, keeping you misled, keeping you misguided, keeping you distracted, and making sure that you misuse your energy and make sure that you stay confused and dumbed down. You see? So he is the one, Satan is the one that is in full-fledged invested. He is full-fledged invested in your destruction. He's invested in the slave trade against you. He's fully invested in making fun of you, which was Al Jolson, blackface, making fun of black people. Then he got his demon children to do it. Actual black people. They're not original. They're not us. But they look like me and you. You know, from the rape of the black woman, they produce their house Negroes. Demons, half devil, half man, wolves in sheep clothing, black on the outside, white on the inside, Oreos. But they're not me and you, brothers and sisters, but they on the television. They're the celebrities. They're the entertainers. They're the sports players. They're the ones, the politicians. They're the ones that you see out in social media. That's on the social media platforms that have big platforms and big followings, and they got the fame, and you know, they're your celebrity, your megastars, or whatever. Those are the masses, house Negroes. You see, demons, and Satan is in cahoots with them. He's the one putting them in front of you. He's the one putting them as your role models, your examples. He's the one having them clowning on the TV. He's the one's paying them X amount of dollars to ruin your image. You see? Because he has indeed stolen your image, and the best way to ruin your credibility is to have the demons portray your image in a crummy way. So that's exactly what Satan is doing, destroying it, ruining your credibility, torching your image, destroying that, because he has indeed stolen your image, and the best way to mess up yours, the best way to finish, right, it's best to destroy your image, right? That way you can't claim to be who he has stolen. You see, he has stolen your identity. Say that he's you. Saying that he's God's chosen people. He's the seed of Abraham. So if you ever get your right mind back and you lift up and you want to point the finger at him and say, hey, he stole my identity, they'll never believe you because he torched your image so bad he destroyed it. He flushed it down the toilet. He completely destroyed your credibility, so no one believes you. You see? And all these things that Satan is doing to work up, he's working all this up, right, to destroy you, because he is indeed in favor with the devils, massa, right, the Caucasian people, to destroy you. That's what they are doing. All these things are aimed to destroy you. All these things that they're doing in this reality is to destroy you. They don't want to see you alive, brothers and sisters, because it comes with consequence. You staying alive comes with consequence, comes with judgment for the things that they've done to you. So they don't want to see you alive. They want to see you wiped out. They want to see you taken out of existence, because not only that is we're naturally against them, and they're naturally against us, because we both got different natures. You see, we're original, they're devils. You see, so they have a different nature than we do, brothers and sisters. So we naturally oppress one another. But they're the ones in control, so they're oppressing us, and they've been oppressing us for 400 plus years. And everybody can witness to that, because everybody knows that the black man and woman of America is the only one who fits the Abraham covenant, who fit the description of the Abraham covenant. But you have Satan claiming that he does, but we know that that's not true, because he's pretending to be us. He's masquerading as an angel of light, but he's indeed Satan, who is not righteous. Not one. It says not one of them is righteous. Not one of them is good. No, not so much as one. It says they are wicked. They are evil. And that's exactly what they plan on doing to you, is continue to destroy your image continuously, to make sure that no one gives a damn about you. So once they finalize their plan, which is destroying you, no one gives a damn. You see? Because why? Because they were nothing but a bunch of clowns, fools, prostitutes, punks, homosexuals, drug dealers, clowns, comedians, people who couldn't speak, didn't have good vocabulary, didn't have further education, didn't have higher education, didn't do for self, don't know how to produce, just consume, and they mooch and use people. They're lazy individuals, and they don't do nothing. They're worthless, and that's what they think about you. But it's not true, brothers and sisters. This is the condition that they put you in. This is the condition that they molded you in. You see, programmed you in this position. They don't want any better for you, because their overall goal is to destroy you. Because if they wanted good for you, they would never. First of all, they would never did all these things they did to you. Put you through the Holocaust, put you through all that affliction, severe affliction, totally past, completely dehumanized, past imaginable, completely humiliated, past imaginable. You understand? They would have did all those things. And on top of that, they wouldn't have sent your jobs away to China and India. They wouldn't have sent all your industrial and your technical jobs away if they cared about you, because they didn't want you to rise up. They didn't want you to get smarter. They didn't want you to rise up above their level of thinking. They didn't want you to get close to it, because they was afraid that you would multiply and you would lead the country. You see, you multiply and join their enemies in war. You see, lead the country, join the enemies in war, and get vengeance on them. You understand? So they were always afraid that you would get vengeance, that you'll rise up and get powerful and take vengeance on them. So, because they were guilty of what they've done to you. They know what they've done to you was wrong, right? They know it was wrong. They know that they was guilty of what they've done, and they knew that it comes with consequence. So their idea, they said, well, to hell with them. We can get rid of consequence. Well, we know that you can't do that. They knew that they can't do that, but they're going to try anyway, you see? And that's exactly what they're doing. And Satan is he's the one that they brought into existence to counter our claim as a true seed of Abraham. It's because they were cursing us, and it says, curse those who curse Israel. So now they created Israel to bless themselves, because it says what? Bless those who bless Israel. So they changed the narrative. They changed the reality. They made it fit for them. You see? Because now they're blessed. They blessed themselves. Now they're holy. Now they're pure. Now they're the spiritual seed of Abraham. Now they're good people. You see? They changed that image. Now they terrorizing, torturing yours, tearing up yours, messing up your image, messing up your credibility, completely terrorizing and torturing and tearing it up. You see? Making you look like damn fools because they're trying to successfully steal your image and then do away with you so no one gives a damn. You see? So this is why it's good to understand who your enemies is, brothers and sisters. Knowing who Satan is, knowing who the devil is, knowing who demons is, knowing your enemies. Because if you can identify your enemies, then you are indeed your enemy. And this should be something that the pastors and preachers should be they should be able to easily speak on this topic, because it tells you right in the Bible. It tells you right there in the 7 churches in the book of Revelations, chapters 2 and 3, verse 9, both chapters, who Satan is. It tells you verbatim. And they know about these things. These things are exposed. You see? So they've come in contact with the truth. They know not to speak about it because they've been taught to go around it. They've been taught to what to say, what not to say, what to avoid, what not to avoid, what to target, what not to speak on, or hey, stay away from this, avoid that, don't speak about this, like the covenant. Don't speak about that covenant, because it said the people without a vision will perish. So what do you expect? You think they give it to you? No, they want you to perish. That's exactly why they don't give you the vision. They give you the American dream, which is a nightmare, which is your destruction. You see? So they have you pushing and supporting the American dream, which is totally against you, against your well-being, against your nature, against your existence. You're pushing towards your death. So when you're out here pushing the American dream, thinking you're doing well, thinking you're trying to do well, trying to get ahead, trying to do well, you'll never do well. You'll never get ahead, because this reality was designed for devils and demons. It was never designed for you, brothers and sisters. Our mission is to invest in yourself, invest in your vision, invest in the Abrahamic covenant, invest in going home, receiving your reward, complete separation from these devils and demons, and getting vengeance on our enemies for what they've done to us for the last 400 years. You understand? So that's why they don't want our black people to get this knowledge. They don't want them to understand what was done to them, because it's time for retaliation. It's time for vengeance. It's time for wrath. You see? And they don't want that. They don't want you to get it back in blood. They don't want you to do what they did. They don't want you to do to them what they've done to you. They don't want these things to happen. And they want to annihilate you. They want to completely get rid of you, because they're guilty of the crime of terrorizing and torturing God's chosen people. You see? And that comes with judgment, which they're under. You see? So they're trying to escape it all in one, because their time is up, right? But they don't want to give it up. They want to be immortal like us. They want to live forever. They want to go another. They want another time period. You see, they want to keep going. They want to go forever. They want to destroy us. They want to destroy the planet. They want to destroy our biological vision. You understand? Because they're totally against it. You see, they're bringing in their vision, which is a mechanical vision, because they're against us. They're against the planet. You see, because they're not one with it. So they're naturally going against it. And that's why they have to be removed, because that as well. Because they're destroying the planet. They're destroying us. They're destroying the people who is one with the planet. And that's not going to end well. They don't have the tools or the structure needed to keep this thing going and keep things informed. Keep things in structure. You know what I'm saying? Keep things going the way it's supposed to go. You understand? They don't have right to keep. See, it's already going bad, right? If you look at how things are going, you see the planet is backed up. It's polluted. It's global warming and this and that. Like they're messing it up, right? Because they're out of sync with reality. They don't know what to do. You see, and they're not trying to figure out what to do. They're wicked and weak. They're evil and sick and twisted. They don't give a damn about the biological planet and how it functions. They rather bring in their own mechanical vision where none of that, you don't have to worry about those things. You can just bypass it because you're a robot. You see, you're android. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to suffer. You don't have to eat. You don't have to go through, get sick, and you don't have to worry about that, drinking and eating and getting burnt up and going through all those things. You know, global warming and, you know. Anyway, I'm getting way off the topic, brothers and sisters. The deal is, Satan. Satan is false Israel. It's what it tells you in the scriptures. It says the one saying Jews to be themselves and not they are, but all right. It says the one saying Jews to be themselves and not they are, but they are lying. And it says the blasphemy, the one saying, which is a lie, saying what? Jews to be themselves and not they are, but Satan. So it's clear on that, brothers and sisters. And then it tells you here, false Israel, which means fake, phony, fiction, not real, not true, not it. They're not Israel. False Israel is not real. Look at this. Look how you spell real. A and E should be flipped. These two vowels should be flipped. Anything that's real should be spelled R-E-A-L. Israel. You see that, brothers and sisters? Simple. Jewish. Meaning they wish they were Jews. But what does it say? It says they're Satan. So they can desire and hope for something to happen. And they can wish and hope and pray. But nothing has ever come from wishing and praying. And nothing has ever come in existence from it. It only comes from actions. You got to make stuff happen. You see? So you can wish and pray and all those things. But money has never grown on trees. Food don't just magically appear in your refrigerator. You know, money don't just magically appear in the bank. You know, you gotta make stuff happen, right? So they can wish and hope that they were Jews, but what it says that they're lying. It says that they're Satan. You see, and then the suffix word ish means not exactly, somewhat, kind of, somewhat, sort of, kind of, you know, like mankind, kind of like a man, or like an image of something. If it's an image of something, it's not it. You see, you know, they got an image of it, but that's not it. You see, that's just an image of it. That means it's not it. Same with Jewish. They're not it. You see, they're Satan. And also the word Jew came from original tribe, a Levite tribe, priest tribe. So they wish that they were original. They wish they were original. They wish they was the tribe of Judah. They wish they were original. But it says what? It says that their father, or their seed of the devil. They're Satan. You see? So they can wish and pray and hope and all these things, and you can desire and dream and fantasize about being something that you're not, but you're still Satan. And that's what the whole purpose of this book is. To reveal, expose, and address, and target, attack, magnify, and penetrate, and narrow down who Satan is. To basically chip at the face of Satan and peel back and break the mask and reveal Satan and the wicked devils, these Caucasians, who's hiding behind them, and shine that light on that situation so our people can see the truth. So they know you see, the truth shall set you free. And once you know better, once you do better, and once you're able to identify your enemies, they've been telling you that these spooks and spirits been invisible, so you couldn't identify them. So now you can see them, and now you can move out their way. Now you know what to do. Now you know they can't control you. Now you can tell your brother and your sister how to get away from them and how to avoid them, and tell them about our vision, and tell them about, you know, stuff they don't want our people to find out about. So anyway, brothers and sisters, you see, they're Satan. And then also we have here this is the Semites' vision. See, the Abraham's vision, the Abraham covenant. This is the vision they don't want us to have because they want us to perish. And we are the only ones who fit this description to a T. But they claim that Satan does. So let's run through it. Let's see. And it says what? And God said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be sojourners in a land that is not theirs. Okay, so God speaking to Abraham, he says, know of a surety, which means be certain that thy seed of Abraham. Okay, we can stop right there because we know that the Jews are the seed of the devil. It says they're Satan. It says that your father your father is the devil. You see, so this is a quick indication that they're not who they claim to be already. They already don't fit the description of the Abraham covenant because they're the seed of the devil. And then it says what? Temporarily, sojourners, temporarily in the land is not theirs. Okay, so they claim to have been delivered, the Israelites delivered out of Egypt. So they went from Egypt to Palestine. Well, that's not foreign. That's not strange. That's not land that's not theirs. That's right next door. That's across the street. That's like going from Kansas to Missouri. That's next door. That's not foreign. Foreign would be brought from the east all the way here to America, from all the way from the east to the west or west to the east. That's foreign. So this is another indication that they're not who they claim to be because Egypt and Palestine is next door. That's not strange, brothers and sisters. So another indication that they are not who they claim to be. And then it also says that the Semite would go through servitude and affliction for 400 years. Well, how long did they go through the Holocaust? They went through the Holocaust for 5-6 years. That's not 400. And then it says what? That they go through servitude as well, right? And what did when Jesus had a conversation with the Jews, he said, the truth shall set you free. And they were confused, you see. And they told on themselves and said, we never been in bondage to any man. So they told themselves that they never been in the bondage. But it says what? That the seed of Abraham would go through servitude. So this is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. They didn't go through servitude. They were never in the bondage to any man. And they only went through 5-6 years of the Holocaust. And it says 400 years. So this is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. Just simple facts, brothers and sisters. And then it says here, also that nation whom they serve will I judge. Okay, so we know that the judgment started in 2020, 2019, 2020, the year of judgment, the plague that would kill the firstborn, meaning the elderly, but pass over those with the lamb's blood, meaning you had to have the same DNA as the lamb. So it passed over the black men and women of America, the original black men and women of America. It passed over Africa, it passed over Hades, because those are our brothers and sisters. They have the same DNA as us, right? Okay, so they passed over us. But guess who it didn't pass over? It didn't pass over these devils. It didn't pass over the Caucasian people. It didn't pass over Satan. It didn't pass over false Israel. But it was supposed to pass over them because they were supposed to be God's chosen people. But it didn't pass over them. So they knew immediately what time they were in. They were taught the Exodus from the womb. They were taught the Passover from the womb. They were taught all these things. So they knew once that plague didn't pass over them that they were in trouble, that their time was limited, and now they had to bust a move. And it said, deal with them in a way that they don't see coming. Deal with them shrewdly. You see? And that's what they've been doing, to try to take you out. Because now they know that their time was up, and they had a short amount of time to execute their plan before they were eliminated. You see, because their time was up. Now their time was up. You see, and now they was under judgment. But also that with that being said, they were the ones under judgment, which means that they were the ones doing the servitude and affliction to our nation, because they were the ones being judged, or else the Jews' enemy should have been judged, and it should have passed over them, and whoever was doing all these things to them should have got hit hard with the plague, but they were the ones getting hit with the plague. You see. Then it says this. It says, and afterwards shall they come out. Okay, so it says after the 400 years they would come out. But they've already claimed they come out. They left. They went from Egypt to Palestine already. You see? Well, that's not what it says. It says you're coming out now. You see? So they're saying that the Bible is past tense. They're saying these things already happened. But we know we're living out the scriptures. We're living out Exodus. We're living out Revelations. We're living these things out, brothers and sisters. So they've come out too early, you see? Which is another indication they're not who they claim to be. And then didn't it say God would bless them with the land? How did they get the land? They took it from the Palestinians. They took their land, and it said that God would give it to them. So they didn't wait on God to bless them. They blessed themselves. And not only that, they're sitting on the wrong land. God told you where he give it. He said he told them where he give what land he give him. He said, until thy seed have I given this land from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. So if you look on the map in the Middle East, you look at these coordinates, it's going to lead you to Great Arabia. And where they sitting at? They sitting in little Palestine. They sitting in Jerusalem. They're sitting on the wrong land, which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. That they're Satan. That's why it says, I'm giving out of the synagogue of the Satan of the ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying. You see? That's why it says, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deep of Satan. For Satan disguised himself as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan. And it says, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deep of Satan, that Satan did not. Satan was not even sitting on the right land. Satan did not fit the description of a Semite. Satan did not go through servitude. He was never in bondage to any man. But it said the Semite would go through servitude and affliction for 400 years. He went through 5-6 years of it. He was not a sojourner, he was not temporarily in the land that was not theirs, because he went from Egypt to Palestine. That's next door. That's not foreign. That's not strange. So he didn't fit the Abraham covenant. He went out. He did that. You see, he was not in a strange land, and then on top of that, he went out too early, and then he's sitting on the wrong land. That's why I said this is straight evidence, and it says what? That he's lying. You see, and it says the blasphemy out of one saying Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. You see, so it's clear on who Satan is. It's clear on who they are, and not only that. Their actions speak louder than words. You see, what's taking place in the Middle East right now is speaking volumes. You see, it said, know a tree by the fruit it bears. Know them by their works. And what they're doing right now in Gaza is an abomination of desolation. You see, what they're doing is they're showcasing how their true colors around the world. You see, worldwide, they're showing you who they really are, which their actions aren't matching up with their image anymore. You see, because it says in 2020, all things will fail, everything will backfire, everything will boomerang. It says that, it says they'll inherit what they do and what they say. You see, and the propaganda is not working anymore. So now everybody's getting to see, they're showcasing who they truly are. And what they're doing to the Palestinians is an abomination of desolation, which is the destruction and the genocide of the Palestinians is causing disgust and hatred worldwide. Abomination is causing disgust and hatred. Desolation is the genocide that they're doing on the Palestinians. Killing innocent women and children, blowing up innocent women and children, starving and killing innocent women and children, blowing up and killing children and women. You see? It said, know them by their works, know a tree by the fruit it bears. You see? And now, you see God's chosen people going out, you see, resorting to violence because they lost control, which is evidence that they're losing, you see. And now they intensified the violence, which is more evidence that they've lost even more control. And now they're about to go out. It's like being choked out. And the person who's choking you out much stronger than you. And they got control. They got control of the situation, but you lost control. Now you're kicking and fighting and scratching. You got skin underneath your nail, and you're fighting as good as you can. But you ain't going to break loose. You just fighting all the way until you're choked out completely and you're out of there. So this is what's taking place with false Israel. They're being choked out. You see, they're on their way out. And this is the evidence of showing that their violence has intensified. And what they're doing is the works of Satan. You see all this destruction, all this cruelty, all this violence, all this hatred, all this disgust. You see these people looking for their families, their loved ones. This is what God's so-called chosen people are doing. See? The abomination of desolation. And this is the greatest sign of our time, brothers and sisters. This right here, because this is showing you a reflection of what's coming to false Israel's way, which is justice. You see? And this is a sign to our people, because destruction is on our way. Because the destruction of false Israel is going to cause them to attack us. And this is the sign, the greatest sign of our time. The destruction of Gaza, right? Which is a reflection of what's coming towards false Israel. Their destruction is near, which means that they're going to attack us. That's why people need to know this, because now they're going to find out who you are, because they're going to destroy false Israel. That's not supposed to happen. You have second claim, so they come to kill you. You see, because their whole reality is shattered. You see. And they can't allow that idea to spread, so they coming to kill you because they find out you the God. So what you see here, what you're witnessing, is cruelty and hate and disgust at its all-time high. You see, this is what God's so-called chosen people are doing, and it says they inherit what they do and what they say. Just look at this. Does it look like the works of Jesus, or does it look like the works of Satan? This is the works of Satan. Look at this. Look at his mother and her son. You see this? They look they happy. Look at his father and his daughter. Look at this chaos. Look at all this destruction. Look at this boy starving. Look at all these injured civilians and children and women starving and all these things. And look at this. This is the staple of what's taking place over there. Look, this is what they're doing. Starving out women and children. They starved this 10-year-old boy out. Look at him. He's a damn skeleton now. They starved him to death. You see? And this is what they're doing. Putting them under siege, stopping them from getting water and food, dehydration, malnutrition. You see? This is what they're doing over there. Killing innocent women and children, preventing them from getting necessities. You see? No water, no food, no heat, no this, no that. You see? They're over there messing them up. This is an abomination. This is abomination of desolation. They're destroying them, committing genocide on them. It's causing disgust and hate. And it says that they'll inherit what they say and they do. So this is a reflection of what's coming their way, which is justice. And that in false Israel's destruction, when that happens, right? Because they're going to be destroyed, because you see what's taking place. It says it's going to boomerang, it's going to backfire, it's going to hit them. And that's going to cause the attack of all blacks. Because before false Israel is taken out, they're going to attack us. And that's why it tells you to get out of there. Flee, 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 flee. You see? It's telling you to get out of their communities, get out of the neighborhoods, get out of the suburbs, get out of the neighborhoods full of white folks, get out of the neighborhood full of Caucasian people. You see, get out of bed with them. If you're in the bed with them, you're in trouble. And tell you to flee. Flee. You see? It's telling you to get the hell out of there. Get into the inner cities. Get where your people are, because you are in danger. You see? Because it says what? It says when Jerusalem is surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. It says when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. You see that? Brothers and sisters? Oh, give me a second, brothers and sisters. Right. There you go, brothers and sisters. It said, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. So who controls Jerusalem? Jerusalem is the capital of what? Right. Jerusalem is the capital of what? You see, it's false Israel, right? And so it means that what? They're going to be destroyed, not redeemed or punished, but destroyed. It's going to mean they're going to be destroyed, which proves that they're not who they claim to be. That because it said once God placed them in the land, they're not to be uprooted or removed. So right, they're going to see, it says when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. So they know that its destruction is near, and this is around the time where American Britain is kicked out of the Middle East. Right? During this time when false Israel is completely under siege and they're isolated and they're no longer getting backed by these devils. They're no longer supporting and backing them, and they no longer, giving them supply to destroy the Palestinians because they're under siege now. You see? They're isolated and their destruction is near and they're surrounded by armies. And this is the time where they start attacking blacks. And that's why it says when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, it says flee. Says get out, get. Don't go back into your house. Don't go back in to get a water bottle. Don't go back in to get a charger. Don't go back to get your baby. He says flee, or you lose your life. If you hesitate, you lose your life. So this is the greatest sign of our time, because it's showing you that false Israel is about to be destroyed, which is telling you to get the hell out of their communities, out of their neighborhoods, out of suburbs, get into the inner cities, because these people are going to kill you. These devils are going to kill you. And they're going to it's going to be worldwide. It's going to be on the radio, your laptop, your phone, your TV, your everything. They're going to get a national security alert to kill you and wipe you out, because now you've become an existential threat to their well-being. And it's either you or them. So they're going to kill you, because they're going to get the word that you're the reason why they're going through all this hell and turmoil. And now they're going to kill you. That's why You have to get out when you see this is the sign to get the help to start moving out and getting into the inner cities, because what you see taking place over there is a reflection of what's coming to false Israel, which is their destruction. And that's going to cause American Britain to get kicked out, and they're going to see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, and this destruction is near. And before they can destroy false Israel, they have to destroy you, because they can't allow that idea to spread that you're the true seed of Abraham, because that means that they have to absorb that, and that means they have to digest that they're under judgment. They got to accept judgment, which means they got to accept hell, and they can't accept that. So now it says it's going to trigger the attack of all blacks. All blacks. They're going to kill all blacks. And that's why it says flee. You see? So our people are in danger, and they don't know it. Our people are in total danger, and our people don't know it. Our people are in danger, and they don't know it. That's why this is the most important message of your life. It says our people are lost. It says my people are lost from the lack of knowledge. Lost from the lack of knowledge of what? That the sign in Gaza is a reflection of what's headed towards their way, which is destruction of false Israel. And before false Israel can be destroyed, they're going to attack all blacks. And that's why it says flee when you see, because this is the time now when you should be headed out, getting a head start. But once American Britain get kicked out, and Jerusalem's false Israel is surrounded by armies, and their destruction is near, they're going to attack all blacks, and it says flee. So brothers and sisters, you have to flee. You have to get out of their communities. You have to get out of the suburbs, brothers and sisters, and get into the inner cities. You have to get away from these devils, brothers and sisters. So with that being said, I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum.